The whole bit, Mr. and Mrs. America, all the ships at sea. How you feeling? My name's Alan Cox. Thank you for being here. Say hi to Bill Squire.
Yo, creepy hugs.
He's out. He's here. Mary Santora's out. Yeah. Poundcake's back in Studio G.
Afternoon, white people. Happy Thursday.
It is a Thursday. I've been a day ahead. I keep thinking I'm gone all next week. I keep thinking that today is Friday, and I'm right before I leave for a week. I'm always racing to get everything done, and I keep thinking today is Friday. So it's a small consolation that it's not. We still have one more day tomorrow. But you're right, it is a throwback Thursday. For those of you who are not extremely online, you might not be aware that our own Cody Allen Poundcake Helpful Brown created Throwback Thursday. He invented it. Anytime that you see hashtag Throwback Thursday, or its shortened form,
you should give me money.
TBT,
Residuals.
that's right. He does. He gets residuals. And it's made him a very wealthy man over the course of his illustrious career. So congratulations to you.
See, how do you think I've been able to stay a phone screener this entire time? Because this is
He's
just
independently
for fun,
wealthy. That's right. He's not.
It's like to come here, help you out.
It's very, very helpful once you to become creatively freed. As an artist, that you're not bound by having to make a living. You can just follow your bliss, your pursuits. Did you see the little gift that I put in there for you on the?
Yeah, I did. I didn't say anything because I didn't know if
we'll get into it in a second.
Okay.
It was very funny, a nice thought from one of our customers. If you'd like to join us, please do. 216-578-1007. Live on the phone. 800-348-1007. If you're listening on iHeartRadio, you can leave voice little messages there, talkback button. Leave voicemails on the After Hours line. If you don't want to call live or can't, just drop voicemails. I'll get them. That is 216-986-8903. Text is 35192. Blah, blah, blah. First off, how was the Funny Bus last night? It was the very last Alan Cox Show night in the Cleveland Funny Bus, and it was Poundcake's first time hosting.
Oh, my God, it was
I saw some of the photos. Julia Mary was your comedian last night.
Yeah.
She's very funny. Did you have fun? I imagine people were very happy to see you.
They were, and I was happy to see them. They were a riot. So I didn't know what percentage of people that were just, this is what they do. Like, they just get on the Funny Bus and it had no affiliation with the show. But it seemed like...
No, I think they're all listeners.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like every Funny Bus that I did was full of listeners.
Yeah, we've been telling them to come out. And, yeah.
Most, if not all, were like fans of the show. So I got up there, introduced myself, and my boyfriend was there, and he was having a great time, which is all I could ever ask for.
Mm-hmm.
And we're actually gonna go back again. We're gonna go back like around October, around the fall, because my boyfriend's really into haunted history. He wants to go. What is that castle in
Franklin Castle?
Franklin Castle. Apparently, they do tours of that. Not tours.
You can
like
stay
walking
overnight.
in. Well, I'm saying I'm talking about like on the bus specifically. Like they go through like graveyards and the haunted buildings of Cleveland. So that I can do that. I can do the haunted bus. The bus tour. I don't want to go into these sites. So that's about as far as I would go.
You don't want to go in.
I don't want to go in. I don't want to stay the night or do any of that. But
right.
I would definitely go on the bus tour. So I'll be back.
When we lived in Ohio City, we lived a few blocks away from Franklin Castle. We lived on 38th, and I think that's on 41st or something. But it was pretty close to the end of the street, and Gwen is transfixed by the Franklin Castle. For a long time, there was nothing there. Like, they were going to refurbish it. Now I think they give tours. You can stay overnight, things like that. But you had fun, and again,
and I learned something too.
I think it's probably safe to say that we have all, and it's not just confined to the Funny Bus. We have all, I mean me, Bill, Mary, we've all had the experience of doing an appearance of our own, and a lot of times listeners don't understand that. They think that all of our appearances are the full show, and that's not the case. We all have our own appearances. Sometimes we'll do show broadcasts, but I imagine we've all had the experience of doing an appearance and somebody coming up and saying, "Is Poundcake here?" And we go, "No," and they go, "Oh," and they walk away. And
it's so funny that you guys get asked that, because when I'm at an appearance, I never get asked, "Where's Bill, Mary, or Alan?"
What a flex! This son of a bitch!
I swear,
son of a bitch!
I never get asked that. Not
he
once.
couldn't even play along. He couldn't even go, "Oh yeah, that's happened to me too." Nope, couldn't even do that. What did you learn? I mean, the Funny Bus isn't just a good time; it's an informative time.
Well,
I've been on it a number of times, and I learn something new every time.
like. Okay, I know about the free stamp. I knew that one. I never knew the significance behind it. And then
You know I love the free stamp.
the sculpture of the like it's stuff that I drive past all the time and never notice. Like I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but I've never really
You've never really screamed out a window at people who are taking wedding photos?
No, I've never done that. But
That's the best.
fun.
That's the most fun part of the funny bus is it's just open
Just
windows
yelling
and you
stuff,
yelling
yeah.
at people.
I didn't know there was a statue of firemen outside of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like I walked past it many times. Like that's where Pride used to be.
Yeah.
Never noticed it. I never knew that there was a statue.
That's the guy who made, if you've ever been to the Denver airport, there's a huge, massive statue of a Bronco outside the Denver airport. And the same artist made that fireman's memorial here as made the Bronco in Denver.
Yeah, I never realized that we had a statue of our Olympic athlete, or our champion in the corner.
You've never seen the Jesse Owens statue?
No, I didn't.
But you've been to
notice these
Browns
things.
games, haven't you? I mean,
I've
at
never
least.
been to a Browns game.
Oh, you've never been.
The first time I was at First Energy Stadium was for that.
The hockey thing.
Yeah, or I wasn't even the Monsters game. It was whatever. I think
No, it was like
OSU.
Ohio State or Pittsburgh and something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's just things in Cleveland that I don't notice. It's fun being a tourist in your own city. One of the fun facts that I said, because she kind of let me, take the reins a little bit when she was doing fun facts about our buildings or like our history. She held up the Terminal Tower sign, and I was like, "Oh, I do have a fun fact about this one." I said a lot of people don't know that Terminal Tower has a sky deck, and she was like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's not as great as Chicago." I said, "But it's okay." She said, "Oh my gosh, it's okay. Not Chicago, but okay."
Oh, thank you.
You take 2 elevators to get up there.
I didn't know it had a sky deck.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's again, they don't commercialize it enough. Like it needs to have like,
Well, it's because according to you, you're only looking at 3 other buildings.
but you're not looking at the other buildings. You're looking
Yeah, you're looking at 2 other.
That's even worse.
You're looking at you're looking down. I went around Christmas time, so I'm looking down at like the skating rink.
That's why Poundcake likes it, because it allows him to look down on everybody else.
Correct.
Yeah. He can do it literally as opposed to just figuratively.
But they just need to put like a sandwich shop up there. They need to, put
Sandwich
some
shop.
coffee.
You want to go get one of them sky-high sandwiches?
Honestly, though, they need to do something with it because there's just a bunch of tables and desks and stuff up there. It looks kind of dusty.
Well, if they were customers, they're trying to keep sandwich shops open at ground level, and they can't
But
manage to do it. There's so few
You
people.
can monetize that.
Well-
it's high enough where it's like it would be a destination. That's why we went. It was
There's
on
nobody
Groupon.
there's nobody letting customers go to waste. If there were people up there angling for a nosh, they would open. So, again, I've never been up there, so
It's so because you take like 2 elevators. There's like the main like I guess Tower City elevator, and then when you're in like Terminal Tower, I think there's either apartments or offices up there. So you have to get out and go to another side, like down the hall, and then you take the elevator up to the tippy top. And then I'm like, whoa, you don't realize how high that actually
the
is.
tippy top.
The tippy top.
Yeah.
But if they have apartments up there now, they're getting some money. Do something with
Next
that.
stop, tippy top, ladies lingerie, sky deck. So it was a good time though. Cleveland Funny Bus.
Yes, definitely.
If
worth
you
it.
missed Poundcake's inaugural hosting, you missed it. But you can go to funnybus.net. They do